what's up you guys? Thank you for joining me for today's video. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine and I'm a partial cash budgeter from Europe, more specifically the Baltic States. In today's video, we are really filling out the information on our budget with me sheet. In the previous video, we did go through of the process, how I budget for the month, what elements do I use, what kind of amounts do we look at, and right now we are going to use the same sheet that we had in the previous video, but right now we are putting already the numbers for our real income and looking at if we can save even more after adjusting the budget that we had on the sheet. So if you're interested in this kind of content, please stay tuned and keep on watching. So let's not do this in a long run. Let's do it as fast as possible because we still have to cash stuff our envelopes. So that's also an important step. So right now, I hope that you can see as much as possible. I'm gonna try to fix up my setup for my chair because it's really uncomfortable for me to write here and stand up. So I'm gonna be back in a few seconds. So I think that now it's going to be very clear for you to see the amounts, the goals. So let's start with that one. So as you all know, I don't show my income, the division of the income. I just show the full amount that me and my husband bring to the table. And for January month, it's going to be 2,355 euros for now planned out. Then we are moving into state benefits, which is for my toddler. For right now, the amount is 75 euros, 25 and 50, based on the tax returns. Then we have planned out that we will be using our heating for winter sinking fund. So heating is gonna be used approximately 150 euros. So everything that in our bill is over 200 euros, we just take it out from our heating bill. Then we are using Spotify since we have a family plan, and from this year, they are increasing the prices. It was already increased in the previous year, but I didn't charge the difference because it was, I think, 2 euros per month, so it wasn't that bad. But right now, of course, we have planned out a much more bigger amount there. And also we are planning that we are gonna have a state benefit for our mortgage, and it's planned to be, it hasn't been less than 100 euros, so I'm just planning out the approximate amount that we usually get, and it's 180 euros. So let's just count up how much we are working with this month. So our income plus 75 from the state, 150 from savings, 10 euros from Spotify, and 180 euros, which means that we have planned that in this month we are working with 2,770 euros. Next up, we are moving into our bills section. We are adding all of the bills that we have. I'm just gonna quickly write them down and then we're going through the amounts. So then let's continue with the amounts for our planned bills. So we have my banking fee, which is 250. Then we have our apartment bill, which includes sewage, garbage, rent for the grounds that our house is standing on, because that's the setup for our apartment building. So approximately that, heating bill, of course, and so on. And as I said, since the amount is more than 200 euros, so we're taking it out from heating because usually the amount is precisely the amount for heating bill. So next up is insurance. For insurance, we are paying 15 euros monthly. This is apartment insurance, includes also robbery and all of the things that we own. Next up is our phone, internet bill, Spotify bill, which is 75 euros. And then we have our electricity bill, which is 32. Euro Park is our extra parking space for my husband's car, because we will have only one parking space right next to our building. The good thing, our parking space, which we are paying for, is over the street, on the other side of the street, so it's totally fine. Then we have my kids' daycare expenses, so dancing lessons, because he really likes to have fun with friends of his. Then we have eating, which usually is approximately, if I'm not so, we have approximately 22 days. What's happening? Oh, not wrong. So we have 25 days times 175, because all of the other amount is covered by the state. So we have to pay approximately 45 euros monthly for eating. Next up is football lessons. That's, I think, 30 euros if I correctly remember. Pottery is 9 euro per lesson, and if we have, I usually plan out for the maximum amount of days. So for example, in January we have five Thursdays, which means that he's gonna be on five lessons. So technically it's 45 euros. 5 times 9, I think. 5 times 9. How much is 5 times 9? Who remembers? 5 times 9 is 45. Yes, correctly. And the last one is English, and that's 37 euros, which now we can conclude how much do we have to plan for bills. So 250 plus 350, 15. So let's count the amount. 250 plus 350 plus 15, 75, 32, 20, 25, 45, 303, 30 euros, 45 and 37, which leaves us with 676 and 54 bills. We are moving this amount down to here, but for now we have to understand how much we are left over. So we are just taking off this amount from the income total, and we are left over with 2,093 euros and 50 cents for the next 4 parts that we have. Next up is expenses. Let's check if you see those expenses. So those ones as well as our regular, so I'm gonna fill out the names of them back on the behind the scenes. So now that I have filled out all of the type of expenses that we are planning for the month of January, actually, let's write also in the month. So let's go through the amounts. So as per usual, 280 euros is going for food, and I'm so proud of our family that we still have managed to use only 280 euros for the food bill in the last 2 years actually, so very proud of us about that. And then we have a household of 20 euros. Archie gets his 50 as per usual. Medical the same. Medical is also gonna have a goal that I want to have in our envelopes for all times. Right now we have used almost everything, because actually I think everything, because I made a huge online purchase for all of the things that we are missing still, but right now we have to balance it out and put back the amount that we had, so we are fully funded for any emergency that may come up. So next up is transportation. This includes my gas and my public transportation or parking right next to my workplace if all of the free spaces have been taken. Then we have miscellaneous. This gets a 50 as per usual, 100 euros from me. This actually includes also my printer, supply, savings, but I'm just adding it under my personal envelope. Then we have date night. As we already talked in my previous video, we are skipping date night this month, so we're not adding the usual amounts that we have been used to doing that. Eating out is getting a 50 and fun is getting only 20 euros because we have some money left over in the envelopes. So right now we can just move on to counting up this as well. And this is very easy, so I'm not going to be using a calculator. So 300, 400, 500, 600, 650, 700, 720 euros is going for our expense tracker. So, and if we take off this, from the amount that we had left over, we are left over with 1,373 euros and 50 cents for debt, long-term savings and short-term savings. Next up, we are moving into debt. Right now we have 2 debt payments, but on the June we will have only, technically we will have 2, but those are going to be a little less of amount. So we have our mortgage, and we have my phone, earphones and iPhone. So I usually just write it down my iPhone because the amount is in total. So 30 euros there, and if I'm not mistaken, 321 for mortgage, which means we have 351 for debt situation, and we are left over with 351. We are left over with 1,022 euros and 50 cents for long-term sinking funds. And when we reach our long-term sinking funds, we have a specific amount that specific envelopes that we have there and account. So let's go through those as well. So first of all, of course, we have our toddler, which gets the 75 euros that our state is gifting him. Then we have our my London trip 25 and vacation 26, because we are going at the beginning of 26, so that's why we are saving up for that one. Then we have my retirement, then we have heating still going on because we have the state benefits that we get. And right now I think for long-term savings, let's here also Christmas. And if we look at the amounts, so London, as we have already planned, for right now, we're gonna write down those amounts that we had planned, but since I have my erasable pen with me, we're gonna adjust them afterwards when we see how much we are left over at the end. So for London right now, we had planned 100 euros here. Vacation had, I think, 110, if I remember correctly. Let's check it out. Let's try and put vacation 110. Then my retirement is getting for right now 100 euros, and after changing in the taxes, I will be adding my part to also to my retirement savings. For heating, as you can imagine, if we are planning that we will have 180, so it means we're putting back also 180. And for Christmas right now, we are not doing that. We are doing nothing this month, so we are putting 0 there. And if we look at the amounts, here I will need a calculator. So 75 plus 210 plus 280 is 565 euros in long-term savings, which means we are left over with 457 euros. Yeah, it should be correctly 50 cents. So let's move into short-term sinking funds for that. And here we have our sinking funds. So let's go with coffee, insurance, car, then we have gifts plus celebrations, then we have household plus bulk shopping, then we have tech, let's put the amount all together, so technical. Then we have, I'm gonna put personal care on, and it's gonna hold all of the amounts that we have. And seasons, I'm gonna go fastly through. I think I don't have enough place. So what could we put together? So tech, personal care, seasons. Probably let's do it like this. And we are putting here clothing, because clothing is technically not a personal care item, so clothing. So now it should be, yes, now it's the whole shebang. So let's change our amounts here as well, so we have a clean slate there. And as we saw in our actually we need also security, right? Like that. I have, since it's the beginning of the month of the year, there's so many things that are coming up for that have been saved up until January. Now we have to begin again. So for Christmas, New Year, and seasons, we are doing €5, which means right now we have 75 plus 210 to 80 and 5. We have 570 minus the amount that we had left over. We have 450 to 50. Then we are moving into our short-term sinking funds and adding the amounts. So coffee is getting €0 this month. So insurance and security. Insurance is getting 30 and security is getting a 10, so it means €40 there. Car is getting a 50. Celebrations and gifts, if I remembered correctly, we added extra €10 there. So we have 80 euros here. Household and bulk shopping is getting a 20 and a 20, so it's €40, yes. Then we have tech, which was 10 from my purse, so 10 there's there, and 10 here because I added extra 5. Personal care is getting 5 plus 25 from my hair, that's 30. That's gonna be 30 here because boys hair care we're not adding to, and clothing is getting a 60. And now we have to sum up the amounts. So let's look at those. 90 plus 120 plus 40 plus a 60, it's €310, which means we are left over with 142.50. And now we can begin on adjusting the amounts to reach the amount that we would like to have, so that we have a zero-based budget. And the way that I do it is so I have €140 left over. I know my priorities, I know all of the amounts, so I just have to decide where I'm leaving what. So for example, if we go through all of these, so first of all, of course, it's London, it's vacation, so we are looking on the possibilities. Right now, I'm not gonna exchange those leftover amounts. We have 140 to work with. Of course, the 250 I'm not looking in because there are so many things that will change because of the rounding up for the amount. So for example, let's look at our so for example, we have a goal to boost our gifts and celebration envelope, so let's put €100 there instead of 80. Then let's boost our tech envelope because the PC is gonna be something that me and my kid's gonna use both, so why not? So let's put, for example, 35 there, so it means 25 plus 20 is 45. We still have a little bit less than €100 there. So let's move on to clothing. Let's put €100 there as well. So it means €40. Then we could add, of course, to our vacations. So let's move. So we have, let's check how much do we have so we know how to divide it. So 140 minus 20 minus 25 minus 40 is 55 euros. So let's put 25 in here and 30 in here. So plus, so on. So, and now technically we will have a zero-based budget because we added all of the leftover that we had for the month. And I'm not gonna use your time to do this. I'm gonna do it afterwards on my writing it down with a normal pen, just so it has a better visual. And I have my system here. So first of all, I use my erasable pen. Afterwards, I just go through and write the ending numbers so I can reach the zero-based budget goal. And that's the plan, how we do it right now. Based on this information, I'm gonna plan out my cash planner page. I'm gonna decide what amounts should I take out from the ATM, and we will see you already in the new year with cash stuffing for the month of January. I think I'm gonna post it on the 1st of January. I don't know if you're gonna watch it, but since you're gonna be celebrating, but I'm gonna schedule it for 1st of January, so it's a fresh start for our new month. And for now, I wish a beautiful day to you. I wish a beautiful new year. I wanted to say thank you to all of you for sticking up with me, being here, following my journey, subscribing to my channel, and writing comments and communicating with me. It's been a journey of a lifetime this last year, and it wouldn't be the same without you guys. So thank you for being with me, and we will see you in my next video. Happy New Year. Bye.